What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys with an market wash today. Haven't had time to do a market wash in the past week because I had about 5 teeth taken out. My 4 wisdom teeth and the 1 tooth that actually got crushed as my wisdom teeth kept pushing into my mouth. But all that's gone right now. I have stitches in my mouth, but other than that, I'm feeling really good. And I'm excited to get back to doing these kind of videos. I actually have a YuGiOh vlog I just uploaded, and this week I'll be going to the UDS in Oklahoma, and I'm really excited about going to that event. I'm going to be recording and doing a little vlog there, and yeah guys, I'm really excited to be back and just doing this content. I really do enjoy this game, and I do enjoy playing this game. And even though for a while when I couldn't talk, my mouth was all filled with cotton and stuff, I was still sitting there working my YuGiOh deck because this game does mean a lot to me, and hopefully it means a lot to you guys watching right now. Now, some of the cards in the market are still going crazy. In fact, I think we can say it's the first time since, I'm going to say, Zodiac format in which we have players holding $1,000 decks. And not like max rarity $1,000 decks. No, that's easy to do. Easy mode. I'm talking just regular $1,000 decks. If you're looking to play Spirals, your deck is probably worth almost near, if not over, $1,000, and it's a meta deck, and you don't need to have it max rarity to hit that number too, which is kind of crazy. Looking at Time Thief Perpetua though, coming out of Ignition Assault, the prismatic rare version is holding a $182 market price. Now this card is roughly around $250, and looking at it right now in the mint first edition, it's roughly around $165. Now, I personally want to grab this card myself. I think Time Thief's Lunalight sounds like a really good deck, really fun deck, but it's still relatively high. And after this weekend in the UDS in Oklahoma, we have to see what's going to happen with this deck. Is it going to top? Is it going to show a dominant topping? Is Time Thief Lunalight going to be meta? And if they're not, the value of this is going to go down. But going back to what I said before, if you're looking to play like Pot of Extravagance and Spirals, I mean, right off the gate, Pot of Extravagance holding $105 market price. The unlimited first edition versions are almost there, $110. So if you grab 3 of these right off the gate, you're looking roughly around $330. Now, of course, this card is mainly used in Altergeist, but we are seeing more and more Spiral players play Pot of Extravagance in their build. In fact, if you want Spiral Double Helix coming out of Circuit Break with a $12 market price, it is a little bit cheaper. It's roughly around $6-7 for first edition versions. But if you need to get 3 of these, if you're going to be running the Pot of Extravagance build. Now, I will say this, I remember going around with Fantastical Dragon Phantasme being a reprint, a possible reprint in Dual Overlord. And if that's the case, well, it's not so crazy to think Pot of Extravagance is going to also be a reprint, being the fact that they're from the same set, and even more so Borderlord Savage Dragon, which also needs a reprint. So hopefully Dual Overlord will hold those reprints. Realistically speaking, I'm kind of skeptical as far as Phantasme having a reprint, though I wish it does have a reprint in Dual Overlord, and if that is to be true, then once again, I think Pot of Extravagance will be a likely candidate for a reprint. If that does happen, obviously the values of a $110 Extravagance will be going down. Also, if you're looking to play Pot of Extravagance build of Spirals, once again, you need 3 Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. With a $115 market price, the value is stabilizing at or around $115. So once again, you got $330 for Extravagance, $330 for Appaloosa. Well, more than $330, I'm sorry. $345 for Appaloosa. That's $600 for 6 cards. That's insane. Some players are opting to play in Cyframe Lamba. If you are looking to play Cyframe Lamba, or if you're looking to see about getting Cyframe Lamba, the price has definitely went way higher than what it previously has been. Cyframe Lamba is holding a $17 market price, but name and first editions are around $23. In fact, to be honest with you, this card should not be this high. This card was a lot lower before, and the price keeps going higher and higher as YuGiOh players going to get their Cyframe Gear Gambas. Cypher Gamer with a $10 market price, lightly played first editions are roughly around $13. But besides those two, you're looking to pay almost $15 for Cyframe Gear Gamma. Now, this is for the ultra rare at high speed riders. If you are looking to pick up the super rare that came out of Extreme 4 special edition, it's roughly around $7. Still relatively high in value. But the reason why this card's so good and so high in value, because the main card Spiral is used to stop them from doing their combo is Called by the Grave. And if they're holding Called by the Grave and they go to activate their Spiral Double Helix, you show that Gamma, whew, that's a big difference. That's a make or break kind of board that Spirals can't really handle. Of course, if you're looking to play any other deck in the meta, you need to get yourself some Lightning Storms. I played at the regional this past weekend in Indianapolis, and I'm telling you right now, a majority of YuGiOh players played Lightning Storm. Now, to be honest with you, real quickly, I do think this card should be way lower than what it currently is. Lightning Storm and Ignition Assault is holding a $110 market price, but the value is still hovering roughly around $112, though was there $115. This card's absolutely insanely high in value, and someone commented in one of my previous videos that Ignition Assault just isn't that good of a set. Lightning Storm's a good card, sure. And you know what? Time 3 Perpetua Prismatic's a good card, okay. But everybody else has said isn't as good, and I kind of agree with that. I mean, I think Gizmokaku's pretty good, Lightning Storm's pretty good. It has good prismatics. Time 3 Perpetua's a pretty good prismatic. Lightning Storm's a pretty good prismatic. But if you want to, unless you want to buy like Ignisters or Planet Patrol, which you should buy individually, this deck really isn't that good as a set to open and crack open packs and sort to try to pull yourself some Lightning Storms. So once again, they obviously did a shorter version of saying that, but yeah, I agree. Lightning Storm is maintaining a high price point, being the fact that nobody's cracking open Ignition Assault. That's why this card's so much money. And it is good, and it is needed. And looking at, once again, this past weekend, I personally saw a lot of players in the top tables play this card because it's so good. Then we have Dark Magician of the Girl coming out of Speed Duel to Pack 1. I've been talking about this for non-stop. Speed Duel to Pack 1 is the collector Speed Duel set. Cards in here are way harder to get than even the other versions of the cards that are at a higher rarity. I mean, look at Dark Magician of the Girl from Speed Duel to Pack 1. With a $5 market price, its price point is roughly around $7. This card's only going to go higher in the market. It's only going to go higher because this is a collector's card. Also, Speed Duel to Pack 1 packs, well, you can't get them anymore. And those stores that did have access to them had it only for their Speed Duel player base, and that's basically it. And not many stores got involved to go ahead and grab Speed Duel to Pack 1. So that's why these are a lot harder to get. Look at Instant Fusion Ultimate Rare coming out of OTS Swamp Pack 4 with a $74 market price. Its current price point is at $76. And the crazy thing about this is, this card isn't seeing much play in not many meta decks. Whereas last format, it was all over the place. But this format, it's not. But it's still maintaining a high price point. So, YuGiOh players are still out there, and they're still holding Instant Fusion. They're still waiting to see when they can fit this into their deck. Until then, they're not putting this card in the market. That's why we're seeing this card at such a high price point. Then we have Placement of Zombie. Now, there's supposedly some new zombie support coming out. There was a buyout in progress on this card about a couple of days ago. The market price is roughly around $8.50, but it's not that. Looking at Placement of Zombie, if you want an unlimited version, it's about $20. Now, if you want a first edition version of this card, well, that's going to be roughly around $77 on the market. After that one's gone, the value just spike up to $85 to almost $90 and bombs out at roughly around $180 for Ultimate Rare Placement of Zombie First Edition. The values are going insanely high, and I'm not sure if it's because of the hype or if it can actually see play in a new zombie deck. And if you guys know, please let me know in the comment section down below. Then we have Gizmokaku, the Supreme Shining Sky Stag. With a $34 market price, the value of this card currently right now is roughly around $33 in the market. And people have been asking me nonstop on Instagram. If you haven't been following me on Instagram, please do. But people have been saying, V, is this card worth this high price point? And my answer is yes. And whether you believe it or you don't believe it, that's inconsequential. But going back to what I said earlier, in which Ignition Assault is not a blockbuster set. It just mainly has 4 good cards, and that's it. Everything else you crack in a set, you're just losing value. Unless you pull a Lightning Storm, you're losing value of the box. If you pull Gizmokaku and not Lightning Storm and not Prismatic, that box is a loss in value. And that's a pretty big deal. Could there be potential value in the future in Ignition Assault? Possibly. But right now, there is none. So YuGiOh players are opting to go online and buying the singles from more or less distributors and vendors. So looking at Gizmokaku's Supreme Shining Sky Stag, yeah, it's a high value card. It's because nobody's cracking Ignition Assault. There's just no money in it. Looking at Red Blossoms from the On the Route, I just want to say this is one of the best cards for Master Rule 5. Now, I personally am looking to play Prank Kids. This card's insanely Prank Kids, and once I get this card in, I'll probably do a deck profile about it. But Red Blossom on the On the Route is just super underrated right now, and I'm not sure if a lot of you players realize it. I mean, to be honest with you, I think the minute the meta realizes that this card is just as good as Ash Blossom is right now in the meta, they're going to go ahead and grab a playset for themselves, and they're going to clean out TCG player with this card, because this card's absolutely ludicrous. This card, you get Nibiru'd and you just go, okay, Red Blossom, you just continue doing your game state. It's absolutely insane. So keep an eye on this card. If you don't have one, I highly suggest you grab a playset. The current value of this card is 35 cents. You should grab 3 at least. Then we have Magician's Soul, so another 3F card. Who would have known that you use in Spirals? Though I will say this card's seen playing other decks, most recently noted Lunalight. It's mainly being used in Spirals. Magician's Soul is holding a $130 market price, and looking online it's roughly around 126, but it's not taking value. That's just for one listing. You got another guy over here, another newly launched seller, 126. Watch out for newly launched sellers. And then what do you know, it's back up to $130. So we got them almost around a little over $600 for the last 2 play sets of cards. Adding this play set, I think we can clearly see that this is roughly around $1,000. Not to mention the other cards you got put in the Spiral deck. So once again, like I said earlier, we have not seen this kind of thing happen in the market for a very long time. These aren't max rarity cards. I mean, you're not playing, we're not talking about Prismatic Appaloosa. We're not talking about any of those other high rarity cards you want to put in your Spiral deck. You can play the whole deck at lowest rarity for Spirals, Pot of Extravagant Spirals, which is arguably the best version of Spirals, and you can still hit well over $1,000 for your deck. That's absolutely insane. And looking at Magician's Soul, another question people ask is this card going to be going down in value? Well, Konami does not make any Legendary Duel sets that are unlimited. In fact, once Konami's done with Legendary Duels Magical Hero, that's it. So Magician's Soul is going to be out, and that's all it's going to be, unless Konami reprints this. But the reprint of a Legendary Duels card takes forever. Look at cards like Card Demise or Spear Mode. It took forever for those cards to be reprinted. And look at Legendary Duels Magical Hero. Wouldn't be surprised if it takes forever to see a Magician's Soul reprint. Now, that doesn't say that we will not see a possible ban for Magician's Soul. That can happen. Or maybe a limitation on the card, on its target. I mean, look at Spirals. I mean, it obviously has a target for Spirals. We might see some kind of limit or ban on that, sure. But look at Magician's Souls right now. This card is absolutely ludicrous. The value is insanely high. And for those that don't have this card, you are at a huge disadvantage. If you are wanting to play a deck like Spirals, maybe even a deck like Lunalights, you are at a huge disadvantage. Can you still top? Sure, probably. Sure, yeah, you can top if you're good enough. You have the right draws, I guess. You don't brick like I did. But it's still, you're gonna be at a huge disadvantage compared to those who do pack Magician's Souls in their deck. So that's a big thing to note. Draw and Lockbird is definitely the card of the format. I know I said earlier a lot of decks are playing Ash, and Ash is very important. I think this format, just for this format, Draw might supersede Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I'd like to know what you guys think. Look at Draw and Lockbird from OTS Swamp Pack 8. Its market price is roughly around $68, and its value in the market is almost $80 for Draw and Lockbird. Of course it is. This is one of the best cards of this format. And the minute Joe sees some kind of play, it used to be $40, and now it's over here to $80. In fact, looking at Pot Desires, it's seen no play, okay? Coming out of the last OTS pack, OTS Swamp Pack 11, holding a $71 market price. The current value of Pot Desires is roughly around $74 to almost near $75. This card's seen almost no play. Imagine when this card does see play. Let's say by the time we're in OTS Swamp Pack 13, OTS Swamp Pack 14, what do you think is going to happen to the value of this card? Could it hit $100? I do believe so. Then we have Mystic Mime, a card coming at Dark Near, so I'm only printing with a $5 market price. The value right now is roughly around $6. In fact, look at Crackdown, another card at Dark Near, so I'm super rare. $4.50 market price. The value currently right now for first edition is about almost near $5 for Dark Crackdown. These two cards are super rares, but they're solo printing it in Dark Neostorm. Obviously, Konami's more than likely is going to reprint these cards. Probably going to be an ultra rare, but as it stands right now, these are pretty high, expensive, super rare cards. Then we have Chaos Dragon Levineer, probably one of my favorite cards that nobody wants to look at. In fact, if you're holding Chaos Dragon Levineer, I still recommend you hold this card. If you do not have Chaos Dragon Levineer, I think you should go pick this card up. Yu-Gi-Oh's Game of Dragons. We always see dragons being a top tier deck, whether it's the elemental dragons, whether it's any type of Twilight dragons, just anything, man. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh forever, and there's always a meta in which dragons are a good deck. Disaster Dragons is another one. I want to name off at least 3. Anyway, looking at it, I think looking at cards like Cash Dragon Levineer, it's only a matter of time before this card sees meta play. Looking at the current market price, OTS 12 pack 12, Cash Dragon Levineer is holding a $35 market price. It's listed at roughly around $39. The secret rare is roughly around $23, and the unlimited is roughly almost near $23 as well. Looking at Cash Dragon Levineer, I think every Yu-Gi-Oh player realizes the minute the meta calls for this card to come into the meta, it's going to go in, and it's going to rise in value. It's going to be expensive, and if we're not in OTS 1 pack 12 by then, which I don't think we're going to be, whether we're in OTS 1 pack 13, OTS 1 pack 14, the minute this card sees play, the value of this card is going to skyrocket. Looking at also Starly Seafried at a cast impact, this is another card that I'm really keeping an eye on. Card has currently a $26 market price. Light Pay Unlimited is about $27. First edition versions almost at $28 to $29 for Starly Seafried. This card is so good for Dragon decks. The fact that we have some Rejuvenation at 3, the fact that Starly Seafried exists, the fact that Cash Dragon Levineer exists, tells me it's only a matter of time before we see another Dragon deck that is a top tier contending Dragon deck. It's just only a matter of time. It's a clock and that has a countdown. And wouldn't it be surprising if we see Dragons become meta in the near future? So if you don't hold if you're not holding Starly Seafried, if you're not holding Cash Dragon Levineer, you're doing it at your own peril. You're doing it hoping these cards get a reprint at a lower rarity so you can have access to these cards, so you don't have to go in and buy these cards. But I will say this, if these cards show any kind of meta relevance in a tier 1 meta deck that is stable and consistent, the values of the original prints will go up high for Starly Seafried. Maybe the secret will go up high as well. The ultimate rare will go up high for Cash Dragon Levineer as well. And we would see these values go way higher than the ultra rare counterparts. That's not saying the ultra rares are going to be super low, depending when they're released and how long after their ultra rares will be released. I'm only guessing ultra rares, by the way. Ultra rares will be released in comparison to the deck becoming tier 1. But if it's a good amount of time, we can see it go higher, sure. But still, I always recommend getting the original print, secret rare, unless you have an OTS 1 pack version of the card. Then we have Salamangreat Alamirage coming out of Bowser Legends Heroes of Revenge, holding an $18 market price. This card's almost near $20. I don't know why. I mean, it shows play in Ultra, guys, sure. But I still don't understand why this card's maintaining a high value. If you guys know, please let me know in the comment section down below. And then we have Natura Exterior. The DT4 one is holding a $13 market price. The near and limit is roughly around $24, $25. And after these are gone, by the way, it hits $45 for Exterior dual terminal. Then if you want the Natura Exterior at a Hidden Arsenal 4, Name and Unlimited is roughly around $10, which is roughly around almost near its $9 market price. And if you want to grab yourself a first edition version of this card, you're looking to pay roughly around $13 for that copy, for one copy. And if you want a second copy, it's going to run you about $15 for this card. Once again, it's Awaken a Dragon's target. Other than that, I don't see any other reasons why this card would be up as high as it is. And even still, it is way higher than what it is. If that is the case, for it only being Awaken a Dragon target. We also have Dangerous Tsuchinoko, original print, secret rare, at a Soul Fusion with a $19 market price. Neiman Unlimited roughly around $26. Neiman first editions are $28. Now, as I was going back to what I was saying earlier, the secret rare would be high, and the ultra rare, if it was to get reprinted in ultra rare, would be still relatively high. Dangerous Tsuchinoko at a 2018 Gold Stock Megatins is roughly around $11, and the Neiman first editions are roughly around $11 as well. So it's stable with its Gold Stock Megatin value. Still relatively high though, and of course the original print secret rare is the higher version. If you own a super rare, the Shrudo, the Lost Dragon Fusions, well, you got some good news for you. The current market price of this card is roughly around $8, and Neiman Unlimited is about $8.50, almost near $9. In fact, the card quickly goes up to $10 on the market. I talked about this on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mark Watch Facebook group. If you guys are not part of it, please make sure to click on the links down below and join the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mark Watch Facebook group to get in and go in on this information. This card was talked about yesterday, and you're watching it today. Just to give you a little bit of understanding of the speed that the Mark Watch Facebook group can show. So go check that out, guys. Also, Mech Knight Crusader Aramax, one of my favorite cards of this meta, is holding a $28 market price. Well, looking at it, guys, unlimited copies are roughly around $29, and if you want a first edition copy, you're hitting easily $30 for Mech Knight Crusader Aramax. The reason why this card is so much money, because if you're looking to play Spirals, you can go into this. It's a really good card. If you're looking to play any deck, you can go into this, and most decks need at least 3 cards to attempt I use that word, and I seriously use that word, attempt to out-max that Crusadia Aeromax. A lot of you players are constantly picking this card and reading it. A lot of you players are just trying to figure out ways to get around this card. And in terms of spirals, I played at the regionals last weekend. When I made Crusadia Aeromax, my opponent's only out was to go sleeper and try to attack me directly and erase me for life points. That's like the only way as for that matchup, unless my opponent, because my opponent played extravagance, got rid of his extra deck cards. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is this card is really good. You having a problem with control decks? Go Aeromax. Literally, go Aeromax against like Altergeist or Guru Control. If you can resolve this card on board before they can set their board up, the odds of them coming back and actually beating you are really, really low. Or at the very least, by the time they do get rid of this card, they've lost so much advantage, so many cards, that you can easily just take them out the next turn or blow through what little board they currently have remaining. So this card's a huge blowout card. It's probably one of the best cards in the extra deck, definitely MVP for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. And if you don't have one, I highly recommend you get one because it is a Dark Neostone card. The value is roughly around $30, and to be 100% honest with you, with only 2 pages listed on TCG Player, I wouldn't be surprised if this card gets bought out. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my video. Paisanos, thank you so much. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. I actually did a live stream last night. I was feeling a lot better, and I would love it to do more live streams. And if you guys hit the notification bell, you can also join in on those live streams. It's mostly Yu-Gi-Oh, a little bit of conspiracy talk, and we just hang out and have a good time, guys. We talk about the market as well. So if you want to check that out, please, once again, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button, like the video, and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I forgot to ask the comment question of the day, but here's a comment question today. It's very simple. What are you doing in preparation for Master 05 starting today? I'll probably ask the question again tomorrow, but I really love to know what you guys have to say about that today. Let me know in the comment section down below. It's your boy V, and you Paisanos, you Paisanos have a great day.